Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So this is officially part 3 because let's face it, it's all hit the fan today. I'm in shock. I'm actually in shock. I knew that Harry and Meghan was going to do something this year. I knew that they had stuff planned because we know that their PR team is working 24 hours a day, but I did not see this coming. And there's so many loopholes that need to be tied with this story, and there's so many possible reasons. We know that for a fact Harry's unhappy, which he eternally always will be. Then there's the second concept that he thinks that he's far superior to anyone else. Then there's the third concept that, well, according to this article, the American security team that he is currently funding is running to the sweet tune of $2.5 million a year, or pounds a year, and Scotland Yard Police Service runs to roughly the sweet tune of at least less than half of that. So this could be a financial issue as well. Is Harry just sick and tired of being in America with no talent, and a lot of his business deals have flopped? They have pretty much gone south, and now he is retaliating against the British government, which is pretty much indirectly a retaliation at the British public, because of course we haven't given him much of a break, especially on the commentary platforms, on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube, on newspaper articles. People are fuming and enraged with what he done 2 years ago and everything that he has done subsequently. So Harry's upset. He's not really making as much money as he thought he would be making. And you really can't be $1 billion brand if a lot of people don't like you. And I don't think that they really counted on that. I think that everything that they done in some strange way, they felt as though it was justified. They thought that they would slip off into the night, just pop back up like nothing happened, and just be like, hey guys, we're back. You must love us because, you know, we are ex-members of the royal family and everybody wants to have a royal family in America. And we're the New Deal. We're modernizing the monarchy. But there's nothing modern about anything that they do. Everything that they do screams Marie Antoinette. You know, it's debauchery, right? They are viewed as entitled citizens who think that they are far superior to anybody else. I think I've said that about 5 times in this little post series about this whole Harry taking the UK government to court, because I'm just beside myself and that's all I can really think of. But I did watch that movie the other day, the Marie Antoinette one, and the way in which she was just living in the pure lap of luxury, okay, while the French citizens were actually living in diabolical conditions, which bred and sparked the foundation for the French Revolution, which made her the last surviving monarch, along with her husband Louis, of France. It ended their entire monarchy. Royals like this, rogue royals like this, do destroy foundations. They are a threat to the British royal family. And this is why the Queen really needs to strip any kind of association with them entirely. Considering we have Prince A doing what he has done and everything that's going on with that, I'm not going to get personal with the Prince A situation. YouTube doesn't like it and we do get flagged for it. So that's why I don't cover it on my channel. I would love to, but I just can't. The reality of it is we have Prince A doing what he's doing, and we have Meghan and Harry who are a threat to anything that any royal members are trying to do. And back to Marie Antoinette, obviously they don't depict this in the film, but she did in fact get beheaded along with her husband. She went to the gallows. And they had 4 children, 2 of which unfortunately didn't make it. And in the end, she was only left with 1 surviving daughter out of all of her children. So when I think about it, it really did end in a tragic way, and her line stopped with her daughter because I do not believe her daughter had any kids. Now, this is off topic, but Meghan and Harry, they really remind me of that pair. They remind me of that couple because nothing makes sense, right? And they want to come back and they want to essentially finish the job that they have attempted to start. And it's just simply not going to work. So it says here, Harry, Meghan and their family would automatically be protected by royal security if they were to visit the Queen or were in residence at their Frogmore home, which is on the Queen's private Windsor estate. The issue would be if they wanted to undertake potentially lucrative private business, charitable or social activities elsewhere. Insiders said it would be unprecedented for the judiciary to get involved in matters of royal protection, which are decided by an independent committee and signed off by Miss Priti Patel. But his lawyers hope a High Court judge will overturn a pivotal review by the Royal and VIP Executive Committee, sparked by the couple's move to America in 2020. The committee, which determines royal security, is made up of the Home Office, the Metropolitan Police's Royalty Protection Command and palace officials. However, one royal insider with more than a hint of exasperation said once again, when it comes to the Sussexes, it has to be pointed out that you can't have it both ways. They have chosen to leave the institution and the country and live their lives as private individuals. They can't just pick and choose which bits they think should apply to them. Another source said the offer to pay for the use of officers while they were here was immaterial, as I am sure they know. They pointed out that all of the police who had been assigned to them when they were working members of the royal family had either left the force when the Sussexes settled in the US or were moved on to other duties. The Met does not just have a pool of specially trained officers on tap for whenever they decide to just pop over the Atlantic. Ultimately, the decision to strip Harry and his wife of their taxpayer-funded security was taken by Miss Patel on the basis of the committee's recommendations, and of course that would have come from us, good British taxpayers. Since Harry has made no secret of his fury, telling Oprah Winfrey last March that he pushed back at the decision, the row was reignited when the Duke briefly returned from LA last year for the July 1st unveiling of the Diana Princess of Wales memorial statue. On June 30th, he also met seriously ill young people at a Well Child event in Kew Gardens, West London. He claims his American security team, who are not allowed to bear arms in the UK or access Scotland Yard's intelligence systems, were compromised after he was chased by a few photographers. In a statement released after the Mail on Sunday broke the story, the Duke's lawyer said, "The goal for Prince Harry has been simple, to ensure the safety of himself and his family while in the UK so his children can know his home country." During his last visit to the UK in July to unveil a statue in honour of his late mother, security was partially compromised due to the absence of police protection whilst leaving a charitable event. After another attempt at negotiations was also rejected, he sought a judicial review in September 2021 to challenge the decision-making behind the security procedures. Yesterday, former head of royal protection at Scotland Yard said, "You can't just hire the services of Scotland Yard as and when you feel like it. These are highly trained professional personal protection officers with access to sensitive intelligence. It is not like when football clubs pay for officers to be at football games." Harry has indicated he is unwilling to bring son Archie and baby daughter Lilibet, who is yet to meet her great-grandmother, the Queen, to visit the US without proper protection. The UK will always be Prince Harry's home and a country he wants his wife and children to be safe in, says the Duke's legal representative. The monarch is understood to have been made aware of her grandson's action, which is thought to be the first time a member of the royal family has brought a case against her own government. A government spokesman said, "The UK government's protective security system is rigorous and proportionate. It is our long-standing policy. not to provide detailed information on those arrangements. Scotland Yard said the Met does not comment on royal security. Why can't he understand that giving up his royal title also means losing all of his royal privileges? Police protection should not be for sale. Prince Harry is an outrageous cheek, demanding a full royal security detail to be reinstated when he visits the UK. Now, that statement was just made by a Mr. Ken Worth, who is writing on behalf of the Daily Mail. So he continues on to say, for the Queen and her government to accede to his demand and set this precedent is absolutely unthinkable. Meghan Markle won her privacy case against the Daily Mail more than twice. So the reality of it is that he quite possibly could succeed in this legal challenge. What I think is outstandingly quite embarrassing and diabolically terrible if he does win this case is that it sets a new precedent for upcoming members of the royal firm to pretty much just follow in Harry's footsteps, because you essentially are going to have the best of both worlds. Now, if they do that, we know that upcoming young members of the royal firm who go rogue, i.e. possibly one of Prince William's children, who we hope doesn't do that, touch wood, could follow in these footsteps. Because then it's kind of like you can give up your title, but then you haven't really, because you can have everything that you had before and how you want it, as and when you feel like it. It's just gastronomically terrible. I'll be back with another video, guys. Bye.